this video, we are going to talk about the relationship between the parents' involvement and your what's academic achievement. Because definitely, including me as a parent, all of us would definitely like our children to be academically doing great and so that they can be successful in life. But this has been a major challenge faced by the parents because every time there is a war happening at every home during the exams, especially board exams, and more problem added because of COVID-19. And after the COVID-19 situation, things have gone haywire because children are not following the routines anymore, and also they didn't follow the classes properly, and because of which their academic achievement went for a toss. So for them to, for the parent to get them again onto the track and get them to mold them to the real needs of offline classes has been really challenging. So I think this video can add more value to such people who are experiencing challenges in their child's education, and also for all the parents who really, I'm sure by default, all the parents would definitely want their child to do academically well. There is no two ways about it. So for all these parents, this video can be really useful. In what way can you or your involvement in your child's academics can really support them and get them to the success what they are really capable of? Let's see that. So this is dedicated to both educated as well as uneducated parents, but the video is in English, so I don't know how far others can be of use, but anyways, it's just an attempt. So let's see. So for people who are more educated, because certain schools actually prefer their the wards parents to be more educated, so they be of helps in homework and all that stuff, and also to see the child's progress. And a lot of researchers also have been going on to see is there any development or achievement in the children whose parents are educated. Yeah, that is playing a major role. But then I can also say this: every parent who is not even educated can be a part of this child's educational, academic development. So let's see how. The first thing is, for a child to do the best, I'm talking, when I use the word child, I'm talking even from the from the KG until the +2. So here when I'm talking about parental involvement in the child's success, here you playing each and every role. Some parents may think that okay, it is the school's responsibility, and until 3 we are the parents, but after that predominantly a lot of time is spent at school, and we have given the fees, and schools and teachers are actually responsible for the success of the children. Not necessarily. It's a collaborative act. Even though your child is going to school, the parental involvement and active participation in your child's academics is way more important for your child's success, especially during their teen. So a lot of parents now, they're dual career family, you're working, you may be too busy, not able to take care of your children, or some parents can give an excuse that I don't understand ABC of what their maths is, and when I studied it was so simple and now it's so complicated, so I cannot be of any help to my child. But I'm telling you, you need not know ABC also about your child's academics. Still your involvement can make a big difference. Let's see how. Because generally parents think that okay, my child has gone to school and the teachers would know better than me. Definitely not. This is a myth, because it's your child, and definitely you are the best person, and you're the expert, I would say, in this field to know about your child, because right from the birth, from the womb, for the mother especially, you know the child better. You know the child's strengths, weaknesses, and what their values are, what their preferences are, how their personality, likes, dislikes, everything you know, including a learning style. Learning style, when I talk about, I think you would have heard about this auditory learning style, visual learning style, or a kinesthetic learning style, how your child learns. And many parents are also having this problem. My child is not very good at academics. But what about this multiple intelligence factor? Can my child be really good at something else if not in academics? Yeah, it is possible. When you pay a close attention and observe your child on an everyday basis, definitely you would definitely explore their talents also. Maybe your child is very good at music. Maybe he's a prodigy in that. Okay, or he or she can be very good at drawing or painting, or he can be really good at sports. Okay, what not? There are a lot other skills maybe a child is really good at, if not at academics. But academics until +2 is mandatory. At least the basic scores are required. So parents are definitely, you need to help your child get into that level, and after that you can think about your whereabouts, about your other talents your child may possess. But then the overemphasis on these marks is going to put your child again down. We are not going to put the emphasis on mark alone. We are just going to look into the overall development of the child in physical, mental, social, In all areas of your child's development, parents do play a very active role. So as I told you, the first role is giving the basic necessities for what a child needs to progress in academics, like let it be like buying your stationeries, book, pencils, and giving them the space to study. All these are very important, so that these are the basic needs. And next is the providing a conducive family environment. So this is where the problem comes in, because a lot of children are having a problem at the family level, because they are like facing the domestic violence, and also sometimes they're facing a lot of conflicts, and they are actually witnessing an emotional outburst of a mom or dad every day. Maybe they're not going to come and attack the child, but then indirectly, if they're able to, if they're going to listen to all these conflicts and big fights, insecurity creeps in, and they won't be anymore able to pay attention to their academics. So it is very important and mandatory for every parents to give such a positive, conducive family environment. Even if you have a lot of conflicts as a husband or a wife, I keep emphasizing this point. Your role as a parent is so different from a role as a husband and wife. When you come be a parent, you just be a parent. You forget all the differences and give the child what he or she requires to develop him to the full-fledged individual, right? So here it is your basic duty to provide that conducive atmosphere wherein your child can learn in that safe environment, so that he can put all his efforts and concentration and focus on the studies. And next is that you need to observe how your child is progressing. And this is where one more important point comes in, that is parents should actively involve and interact with the school officials as well. So the question is, now think about like how many of us are going to the PTA meetings regularly? Are we going, or are we avoiding it? How many of you actually went to the school and interacted with the teachers about your child's progress, or about your child's strengths and weaknesses, or about the discipline methods? Because it is very shocking to know, in one of my counseling experiences, one of my clients told that even the pre-KG child, 1 year the child has been undergoing a lot of abuse in name of discipline by the teacher, and it has affected way more the mental health of the child. Only after such very bad exposure the mother had come to know, and she has to change the school. Why this kind of stuffs are happening? This is only because the parents are not having a proper communication with the school and the school officials about what is really going on, how's my child progressing, and also about the disciplinary methods. Only if you go and talk to the teachers, then would you come to know about really what's the environment child is actually placed in. Because more than the time they're spending in home, they're going to spend a lot of time in school, and you should know about their peers, you should know about which friends they're interacting with, and also what kind of teachers they are actually exposed to, what kind of teaching methods your child is undergoing. All this knowledge only you will come to know only if you go to school, have a face-to-face interaction with your teachers. Maybe parents are afraid about this, or maybe hesitant, or they're having lot of different ideas about it, because they're afraid whether they would complain about not being supportive at home, because there is always a tussle of war going on, like whether parents are being supportive at home to the children, or should the school only provide all the resources for the children to prosper. So, and because of these aspects, parents are also avoiding and teachers are also avoiding. So this is a very major poor sign that about your child's progress. So you need to really go and visit the school. This is a very important point. And the next thing is coming back home. What is your role here? As soon as the child comes back home, how many of the parents are actually having an active interaction with the child? Not as soon as the child comes back, sitting and talking like, tell me what really happened. As I already told in another video, some students, some children, maybe they are introverts, they need some time to settle down, only then they can have a conversation. There are some children who like to say A to Z about what happened in the school. Some children definitely don't even open their mouth about what happened in the school. So there are two kinds of children. So for both the kinds of children, you need to always giving your ears to them. Even for the second type of child, I'm telling you, maybe you need to give the child the space to open up. Maybe they are not opening up because you're too skeptical about the kind of things they are telling, and also maybe you're skeptical about the emotions they're showing. So make sure you're like quite absorbent and just actively listening without giving any kind of advice back. So the more open-mindedness you're having towards your child's communication during such conversation, I'm sure any quiet child can open up with you, because the child would feel so safe to do that. and the pressure given by the parents also should be less. I know the parents, as a parent you will be facing a lot of conflicts because a lot of pressure from the society, because the society is becoming so competitive that your child has to get 99 plus to be placed in reputed institution. All this pressure is on his shoulders, I very well understand, but just by pressurizing the child, this is not going to happen. You need to be really understanding and be positive with the child. Many parents would complain, even though I'm going to be positive, the child is only into the social media or into the gaming and the child is not listening to any disciplining strategies, what should I do? But then I'm always asking parents to have a positive attitudes and unconditional love towards their children. It is very, very important, because I'm sure you all would agree with this point. All children are born good, nobody is bad. So the only thing is you have to just mold their behavior. You just have to tell them which is right, which is wrong, but not in a very harsh way. The problem comes in when you're going to tell it in a very rude and harsh way, or doing the autocratic type of parenting. You need to explain them. You need to really sit and talk to them, reason out with them why we are doing it. And when you're going to have such conversation, which is going to be progressive, I'm sure the child will understand, if not today, definitely very soon. And definitely they will not be hesitant or reluctant, or they will not be hiding. They'll be more transparent with you. At least one of the parent try to do this. It's very important. Otherwise children can do any such thing, because you're not going to watch them in CCTV for 24/7. They can do anything whatever they think. They're so smart. So you need to be really kind and loving and very positive. At the same time, you need to be monitoring them. So a lot of studies also have revealed how much of active role the parent is playing when the child is back home. Are we helping them in the homework? And most of the parents don't even ask about their academic progress, what they are doing, what really happened in the class today. And this is the major lack, why your child is not progressing. And after 6 to 8 months, when your child's grade is declining, only then you come to know the child was getting diverted into something else, maybe because of mobile addiction, because of relationship issue, or because of any mental health issue, or any bullying issues at school. Very later the parents come to know. It's very mandatory for parents to give that quality time every day to ask about what really happened in school, what is your homework today, and not in a very intrusive way, but in a very supportive way. That is very important. And also give the child the time needed for to unwind, also to have some fun, like 1 hour of play, something like that also you need to provide. Otherwise only probing onto the studies is not going to help. And you need to ask set some goals, academic goals for the child. Let's say you're not going to be like a very intrusive or monitoring the child every minute. You have to not like a helicopter parenting, always monitoring. I'm not talking about that. You need to give them a goal. Like let's say there is a class test 1 is approaching. So how is your progress? How is your progress in math? How is your progress in science? So what is the portion? Where are you today? Where are you? What is your plan for tomorrow? And you have to give them the adequate feedback about their progress. Look at and take their answer paper and give them. Don't be so harsh or critical with them. Don't let your own insecurities, your own emotions fall all over them. You need to keep all that within yourself, and give them the positive and constructive feedback to improve. It is like like I'm asking you to behave like a robot, but it's very important that you don't have your emotional outburst quite often. Maybe once in a while, we're all human, it's fine, but not every time going and shouting at the child. It's not going to help. Okay, they're just going to feel so panicky, and later they'll develop a tough skin. They're not going to come and talk to you anymore. They can even hide things. So you need to be more open and give a positive and constructive feedback to the child about their progress, and help them set a goal and keep like a milestone for them to achieve. And once they achieve, reward them with whatever they want, whatever they like. The reward can vary. It's not always monetary. You can give them the sweet. You can take them to a restaurant. You can take them to a movie what they like, or you can buy them an iPod, or whatever it may be. Okay, just shape them with the rewards and the success, and give lots and loads of love and positivity to them that you can do it. Never ever put them down by your words or hurt them, because children, definitely even the teacher's words may affect them, but more than all that, the parents' word really hit them very hard. So be very careful of the kind of words you're using with the child. Otherwise you will lose your child forever. and your supportive activity at home is very important. And I know there may be a lot of conflict areas where your child wants something and you're not able to give them that, or your child is spending a lot of time on phone and your child is not waking up on time, and all these areas you really want to discipline them. I'm not saying you should not and you should be just giving that support system to them. You need to discipline them, but reason out with them, go with them, believe them, support them. All these are the positive actions a progressive and active parenting would get them involved themselves with. And also tell them and give them more ideas about their own strength, more than pointing out to their weaknesses, hurting them again. Just point out their strength. Oh, really, you're good at this. Give them that kind of compliment, it's a much needed compliment, and develop their self-esteem. Make them believe in themselves, listen to their stories. And all this is going to go a very long way in shaping the academic success of your children. So and the children's strengths and weaknesses, observe them, just see what they're really good at, and later when you opt them for opt any higher education after your +2, and then that particular time career support can be given to them, and then the future is ahead, very positive and bright for them. So if you could follow these tips, the prerequisite is that you need to have emotional management. Without this is not possible, and you should have a great communication skills also to do this. And for all the skills to come, only thing is attitude. You need to have a positive attitude towards children and believe in them, and all this magic can happen and spill over your whole life. All right, so if you're going to play this active role and take that active involvement in your children's academic life, I'm sure your children will progress. And again telling you, have great expectation and make sure it's realistic as well. So your child will definitely do their best possible and not much beyond it, only the best possible, whatever your child is capable of doing. And the last word is definitely don't compare. Your child is unique, and just help them to achieve their best of their potential, and with all your loads of support and with this kind of parental involvement, I'm sure all your children can be more successful in their academics. Hope this video is of use to the parents to mold your child towards a successful academic life. If you feel this video could help any other parent, do share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So catch you all up again in another video.